Students of ninth class, let's continue learning history, chapter 5, that is the Sangam age. Students, the word Sangam is Tamil word, means Sangha, association, and this is a gathering of Tamil poets and literary men and bards, and compiling the collection of poems and some literature of southern part of India. As we studied the Vedic period, so in southern part of India, simultaneously some literary activities were going on in the southern part of India. And it is believed that the first Sangam age was attended by gods and legendary sages, and later the poets and bards and so on. Okay, so according to the syllabus, students, we have Tirukural as a source from where we come to know about the Sangam age. Okay, we are going to learn about the economic and social life and political life of the people. So he is a Tamil poet, Trivular, who writes about Tirukural. Okay, and is considered as the compounder and teaching of Dharma Shastra and Arth Shastra. Okay, and many aspects of life and religion. And then we have a megaliths. It is a structure of stones have been found. Okay, and what is a megaliths? A box-like structure. Okay, erected with stone slabs. So it was like caves, so that the dead bodies may be buried in the caves. So box-like structure, that's known as a megaliths. So from this megaliths and comparing with the literature of Sangam age, it can be correlated that such evidences can be gotten from this megaliths. Okay. Then we have different kingdoms that is not in our syllabus, like Chera kingdom, Chola kingdoms, and Pandyas. Okay, in the southern part of India. So they were the prominent ones. So we are going to study about the society. That is of foremost concern. So, in the literature of many tribes and also refers to traditional caste. This means that the caste division and the tribal arrangement existed side by side. Okay. Actually, Tiruvural doesn't speak about the caste system, but there was kind of class division existed in the southern states. So, though the beginning of caste system can be made out implicit within the social nexus of Brahmana household, okay, mostly they are highlighted in the literature. But Tolkappiyam has mentioned 4 castes: Brahmana, kings, traders, and farmers. Okay, it's similar that we follow in northern India, that is the Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and the Shudras. Okay, but they do not mention in such a way. So Brahmana during Sangam age were respectable and learned community. Okay. Then it seemed that trade was common to both Vaishyas and Valelas. They were considered as one. Okay. And they also performed duties like learning, performing sacrifices, and so on. It appears that learning other than Vedas, making gifts, agriculture, trade, and worship were the prescribed function of Valela. And the society also has been divided according to the socio-economic aspect or geographical aspect. Okay, known as Tanai. Land was divided into hilly area, okay, backward, past zone, wetland, and littoral land. So this explanation have been given here. Okay, like inhabitants of hilly area were hunters and gatherers, and some were doing cattle rearing. Then shifting capital agriculture was prevailed in pastoral tract. So such a kind of division was made. Then food and dress also have been found in the literature of Sangam age, vegetable, milk products and so on. Okay, rice cake, clothing comprised a piece of cloth. Then entertainment, they enjoyed cockfighting, goat fighting and so on. Gambling was practiced, wrestling also was common. Then position of women, Sangam society consists of different kinds of women. That means there were ascetic women, okay, known as Menengalai, like a Jains and Buddhist, okay, and the women enjoyed freedom of movement in the society. They were educated women, okay, worship of Kanangi or Patini, the chaste lady was most prominent in the southern part of India. Okay, there were different kind of marriage life existed. Some 8 kind of marriage has been mentioned. Okay, and there has been given 1 or 2 example. So like these works also mention the spontaneous coming together of the sexes. Okay, so that has been mentioned in the Tolkappiyam. Then students, economic life of the people were industrious and they believed in living well, earning wealth. They were both poor and rich. Agriculture was the main occupation and they grew sugarcane, pepper, ginger, cardamom, turmeric, cinnamon and so on. So, southern part of India was rich for spices. Okay, Chera country was noted for its jackfruit, pepper and turmeric. Okay, some other occupation have been found. Okay, spinning, weaving of cotton, also silk attained high degree of perfection. Then shipbuilding, metalworking, carpentry, ornament making and so on. And there was a trade also existed during, there was internal trade within the country from region to region, and it took place through pack animals and some other merchandise, caravans and so on. And there was external trade, the things were exported in a large scale, pepper, ginger, cardamom, cinnamon, ivory products, pearls and so on, to Rome, Egypt and so on. Okay. And there were important seaport, Pohar, Salur, Bandar. So these were the important seaports used for trade. So that's all from this chapter. Students, go through this chapter well. Okay, thank you.